Traditional SEO is dead. Imagine spending years meticulously crafting backlinks, writing SEO optimized content, begging search engines for scraps, only to have some 20-cent AI model come along and obliterate your entire playbook in seconds. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how AI is going to render the SEO world more obsolete than a blockbuster membership card. Because today we're talking about real world examples on exactly how sites have been smashed by AI, the latest Google updates, what works instead, and the exact playbook that I'm using and will separate the winners from the digital dinosaurs. So today, let me break down exactly what's happening right now, plus how you can implement everything that I show you for free. Because doing traditional SEO these days is kind of like trying to win a Formula One race with a horse and cart. And I'll come on to the most actionable solutions in a minute, but let me show you some example case studies of what's happened recently and why this is such a huge problem. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll talk you through exactly what's going on, why it's happening, etc. So here's an example of a niche site, retrododo.com, very classic case study of a site that got absolutely nailed over the last year. So you can see here, for example, it's gone down from 527,000 organic traffic last year, all the way down to 75,000 organic traffic, and really is struggling. If you look at the decline, the negative ranking state of the website is getting absolutely torn to pieces. While at the same time, if you look at websites like this, for example, this is an AI site that we built out recently using auto-blogging AI. You can see here it's just increasing after every Google update. So, this kicked off earlier last year. It was in the sandbox period. And now you can see it's absolutely flying to the moon, right? And so that's one of the other things. Now, I'm going to show you a presentation that I presented at Chiang Mai SEO. I'm going to walk you through everything step by step. And this is completely live. So if you have questions, feel free to ask as we go along. But I'm basically going to show you what's working for me, where I see SEO going, where I see digital marketing going. I'm going to give you all the actionable prompts, tips, and workflows from today. And additionally, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them live. So let's get straight into it. And I'm going to present to you the Chiang Mai SEO presentation that I did, basically on how I generated millions of views and thousands of leads on autopilot with AI. Now, what you're going to learn today is how I generated over 10 million views for free, how to never worry about getting customers again, an actual game plan to implement this yourself. And I'll show you how to build and hire a team to scale this out for you if you want to get this done step by step. Now, even if everything that I say today is total trash, and I can guarantee there'll be some negative YouTube comments who say, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to show you what's working for me. I'm going to show you screenshot proof, but also at the end, for free, you're going to get an actual SP for every method, 33 SEO tools. I'm only going to show you what works for me, and you get every prompt, tip, and workflow that I mentioned today to guarantee you a 10x ROI. Now, this is a picture of me explaining AI to my grandma, right? It was a long day, and I'm explaining ChatGPT, I'm explaining what I do, etc., how it works, and now she's an absolute savage on AI and ChatGPT, pumping out 300 blogs an hour. But the point here is, in terms of everything that I'm showing you today, is basically more attention equals more money. If more people know about your stuff, then you're going to make more money because you'll get more customers, right? And so how do we figure out what not to do? Well, I'm going to quote one of the richest men of all time, Charlie Munger, who said, invert, always invert. If you want to, solve a problem, just turn a situation or problem upside down, look at it backwards. And if we didn't want to get leads, for example, if we didn't want to get any attention, if we didn't want SEO or any other channel to work, here's what we do. We create super boring content because then nobody would read it. We wouldn't publish often. So we'd probably create, content once or twice a year. We'd be very inconsistent with it because we don't want algorithms to pick up on what we're doing. And we wouldn't experiment or test to push the limits. Additionally, because we really want to be unproductive, we just argue back and forth with our haters online because that is the best way to never get an ROI on your time. And additionally, we wouldn't build any systems. We turn everything into a nasty big mess, and we just wouldn't organize anything, even though we repeat the same things every single day, and it would save us thousands of hours. So now we know what not to do if we don't want to get any leads. Let's talk about what we need to do. Now, one thing I'm going to say here is and I see this all the time with YouTube comments and the community here is I show a lot of cool stuff, But that doesn't mean you have to implement everything, right? So this is from a book called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. And basically what he talks about is like, if you're an essentialist, you can just focus on one thing and go really far in one direction and be a lot more effective than if you try and do everything and move an inch in one direction and, you know, don't get anywhere, basically, right? You're going to get a lot further just by focusing on one thing. So if you take one thing away from today, just implement one system. You don't have to do it all at once, if that makes sense. Now, as we go along, I'm going to keep it very, very simple. So we're going to focus on the rule of 5 once, which is basically one niche, for example, SEO, one channel, for example, let's say YouTube, or let's say, for example, let me just plug in my mic right there. Let's say, for example, YouTube or Twitter or whatever, one offer. So, for example, a lot of people watching this channel are SEO agencies. One CTA, for example, like booking a call. You'll see in every single video I send people to booking in a call here. And one funnel, for example, let's say, for some of you people here, it might be Tinder or something like that, right? So if we look at this YouTube funnel, basically what you can see here is we're getting millions of views. So in 2023, I got 4.5 million views in 2023 alone, right? Completely for free. In fact, it's the opposite of Facebook ads, because with Facebook ads, you have to pay to advertise your business. With YouTube, YouTube pays you to advertise your business. Now, at this point, some people are going to say, oh, it takes years to get reach, takes years, blah, blah, blah. If you actually check out this new channel we started recently, just for fun, like I just wanted to show the people who don't believe YouTube can rank really quickly, how powerful and quick this works, right? So, for example, if we check out, this is a new channel I started recently, Julian Goldie Clips channel. You see videos we're launching within like 3 hours are getting like 500 views. Now, show me which blogs you've posted today. They're getting 500 views on a brand new website. This is a brand new YouTube channel and it's getting views from day one. It's getting really good reach. It's reaching a lot of people and it's absolutely smashing it, right? Now, that's the difference between YouTube SEO and traditional SEO. Like YouTube SEO just dominates. Traditional SEO is becoming harder and harder for the little guys to compete, right? Niche sites get smashed every update. I mean, for example, let me switch back to the Julian Goldie Clips channel over here. So you can see here, for example, if we take a look at this channel, just in the first sort of 28 days, right? 28 days over here, 28 days, it's had 680 hours of watch time and 21,000 people have seen this channel. Now, tell me which website you can start, which within the first month gets 21,000 views. There's not many, right? But you can do that on a YouTube channel and you can absolutely fly. And this is, again, a brand new channel, like just started it from scratch, only 400 subscribers, but it's getting 21,000 views. You just won't get that with SEO in the traditional sense, right? And that's why websites, particularly niche sites, are getting obliterated. But YouTubers, I've never met so many YouTubers who are absolutely killing it, making so much money. I've never met so many 7-figure and 8-figure YouTubers who get customers on autopilot. And whilst, you see all these niche sites getting absolutely torn to pieces, YouTubers are having the time of their lives, right? Who can start a new website and get 21,000 views in the first month? It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. And so you might be saying at this point, oh, but it's good for you, Julian. Like, okay, great, you got a new channel, you got 21,000 views on your first month, blah, blah, blah. But what happens if you're starting from scratch? Well, here's an example, right? So this is a friend of mine, Antoine, who runs the channel Handsome Finance. And he grew from like 0 last year to 38,000 subscribers. Absolutely smashed it. He's the only crypto bro channel your girlfriend likes to watch, as you can see right here. And essentially, he started from 0 last year. He's grown to 38,000 in 1 year. And the difference between traditional SEO versus YouTube SEO, and these are both just search engines, right? So it's literally SEO. The difference is YouTube is really wide open for anyone to come in and dominate the market if you just create something interesting, like I'm trying to do today, right? Like, for example, Antoine, he's a mate of mine, so I can say this, right? He's got the thickest French accent. Like, half the time I can't understand what he's saying, but he's a legend. And he's done so well with YouTube and grown in 1 single year that if he can do it, anyone can do it, right? And you can see his growth over time here. He's absolutely smashed it. Fair play to him. The same with Kazra Dash as well. So you can see he grew from 0 last year. He was literally at 0 subscribers last year. sort of mid-year he started his channel, and then you can see he's grown to 35,000 subscribers. And I think a lot of people watching this will have seen Kazra and his videos on YouTube, right? And so again, it doesn't take years if you have the right strategy, which is what I'm going to show you today. Now, you might be saying, okay, but what do I talk about on YouTube? What should I be, commenting on, etc.? So the way that I always used to do this was I would talk about stuff in my niche. And then I realized, why don't I just talk about trending topics? Now, before I published this video right here that got 100K views, most of my videos typically on average got like 300, 400 views per video. This single video got 100K views. And the only difference was that I was talking about a trending topic, right? Which is ChatGPT SEO. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I find the best topics to talk about? And the way you can do this is you just go into Google Trends and you type in whatever you think is trending. Maybe you get 5 to 10 different ideas. And if the chart is going up like this, then it's a trending topic. If the chart is going down and it's going all the way to 0, it's not a trending topic. And that's basically it. And then you just apply it to your niche. So for example, if you're in the finance niche, you might talk about meme coins right now. If you're in the AI, if you're in the SEO niche or in the health niche or whatever it is, you probably talk about ChatGPT and AI, right? There's lots of trending topics in every single industry. And you, being close to your business, probably know that better than anyone else. Now, you might be saying, okay, but that's great. So, you know what to talk about. You know how to find trending topics. You know that you can grow from 0 in just a year. What do you actually talk about? And a lot of people think that my videos are super interesting or it's easy to talk about AI and that sort of thing. But literally all you're doing is you're documenting the boring work that nobody else wants to. That's all you're doing, right? So for example, for me, I might say, oh, this new GPT-01 update is crazy in my latest video. But basically all I'm doing is just tippy-tappy on a clicky-clacky, right? I'm just using YouTube to document the stuff I need to learn about anyway, right? So if there's a new ChatGPT update, if I run an SEO agency, which I do, then I have to learn about this stuff anyway, right? And additionally, some of you will be saying I'm introverted, right? So for example, you don't like talking so much, you're not that expressive, you don't really get anything from talking to other people, etc. And if you're one of these people that feels relief when nobody steps into the elevator, number one, shame on you. No, just kidding. But number two is like you can still succeed on YouTube. In fact, I've seen a lot of introverts do better than extroverts because when you're talking to a camera like this, you don't get any feedback like you would do with a normal person. And therefore, introverts tend to do pretty well on YouTube. As an example of that, I'm sure a lot of people know this legend, Matt Diggity. He has way more subscribers than me, right? 163,000 subscribers. He's a self-confessed introvert, as you can see inside this video. And so if he can do it and he's introverted, if you're introverted, you can do it too, right? You might also be saying, okay, but I don't want to show my face. I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have a mic set up. I don't have the money to spend. Like, you don't need any of those, right? If you look at one of my best performing videos ever, this one right here, it got 118,000 views. Literally, it's completely faceless, no camera. I was super low energy when I recorded it, and it was recorded with a $20 mic, right? And just show me one single page on your website that gets 120,000 views. I bet 99.9% of people watching this cannot show me a single page on their website that gets 120,000 views. But you can do that on YouTube, just like you can see right here. And you don't even need to show your face, right? Absolutely wild, if you ask me. Now, you might be saying, okay, but how? How do you start creating content? So here's what I would recommend. Number one, you record 20 minutes of whatever you're working on. So, for example, you might be a personal trainer and you're creating workout routines. You might be an SEO and you're building a new system for your agency. You might be, for example, an investment banker and you're working on some formula in a spreadsheet. Whatever it is, just record 20 minutes, whatever you're working on. That's what I do every single day. And then this creates a positive feedback loop because essentially you're filming the work that you need to learn about anyway, right? So if you're talking about trending topics like ChatGPT, meme coins, whatever's going on in the world, then you probably have to learn about that for your work. You film it anyway, so you're productive during the session. And then finally, this creates marketing material that you can use to get more customers across every platform, including your website, including YouTube, including all the search engines, right? So for me, for example, if I create a video about Descript or for example, Perplexity AI SEO, I might create a blog on my website about that too. And then, one single video can create multiple pieces of content across multiple channels and it syndicates everywhere. And then you can actually auto edit all of this content. So this actually costs money to do, But you could do all of this for free if you wanted. You just use OBS software to record your screen. Doesn't cost you anything to film your work. You could just literally not edit the content. Like, you don't even need to. If you just recorded like a 20-minute screen share and you spoke articulately for those 20 minutes, you don't even need to pay anything. And the other thing here is, like, if you are willing to spend $10 or $20 per month on your business, which I would highly recommend if it's going to save you thousands of hours, then you can auto edit your content with AI. You can automate the thumbnail, you can automate the title, and bing bang bosh, you're off to the races. Now, like I said, I've seen many comments today. We got a comment from Yusuf saying hi, and we got a comment from Visual Life saying good morning to you too. But if you do have questions as we go along, just ask them. Like, I'm happy to help you, because that's what I'm here to do, right? Now, if we look at this YouTube channel, basically the one thing that I would say about YouTube is it's a hungry beast, right? And consistency is what tends to trigger the algorithm, right? So when I showed you that new channel that got 21,000 views in the first month, the way that I did that was just by publishing every single day. And that's basically all you need to do, right? If you publish every single day and you publish content that people actually like, and you just keep focusing on improving that and doing it more and doing it better, then you will get better results with YouTube, and you'll get far more traffic from YouTube than you will with websites. I can guarantee for 99% of you, if you're starting a new website from scratch, or if you're learning SEO, you'll get far more reach with YouTube if you start today than if you started today with SEO. So never skip a day when it comes to publishing on YouTube. Now, if you want to, for example, automate the editing on your website, you can do that with a tool called Descript. And what you can do here, for example, if you look at the Underlord inside Descript, is you can see here how you can add studio sound, you can remove filler words, you can remove retakes, you can shorten the word gaps, and you can do that all in one single click. So what previously required an editor to do for you, you can now automate in one single click using this process. And it's super simple, easy, and fast to do, right? That's basically how I get so many videos out every single day without even editing them or having an editor. Now, if you want to automate the thumbnails, you can just plug in whatever your video is about into this custom GPT. I'll give you access at the end of this presentation. And then from there, it will generate a nice little thumbnail. Now, at this point, you might be going, that's great, but do people actually want to click on that? Like, it seems almost too easy. And if you're saying that, it's a really good question. But if you look at, I've published over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. If you look at the top 4 performing videos ever on my YouTube channel, what you'll see here is that these 1, 2, 3 out of the top 4 performing videos, so the top 1% of my videos have AI generated thumbnails, and people tend to prefer them, right? We got higher click-through rates on these than we did any other video. And that's because if you know how to create AI content in the right way, you're not doing it in a spammy way. You're doing it in a super high quality way that's actually going to help people. Now, if we keep going through here, the whole point of YouTube is not to get famous, right? It's great when I go to events, for example, and I see people and they all know me in the room, but that's not what the game is about. The game is about converting traffic that you don't own into traffic that you do own so that you make more money with your website, right? You're not here to get famous, you're here to make money, hopefully, for most of you. And so when you're doing this process, right, basically you want to take the views that you get, and this is traffic that you don't own, right? So for example, Google can come along and clap your website. YouTube could come along and clap your channel. Twitter can, for example, take your site down, whatever, right? But if you convert the views that you get into leads, aka email addresses, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute, then all you need to do in every single video is have a CTA to your funnels so that you can take the traffic that you don't own, turn it into traffic that you do own, and then you've got an asset that's never going to get destroyed, right? So for example, if you look at Retro Dodo, if they haven't converted that traffic into potential customers and they've just gone from 600,000 down to like 75,000 with SEO, then they've just lost all the momentum they had. Whereas if you follow what I'm about to show you, you can basically convert all the traffic you have into traffic that you own, right? Now, I promised you an actionable game plan for YouTube, so let me tell you exactly how to implement this. Which channel are you going to use? Well, if you're doing YouTube, hopefully you're going to focus on YouTube, right? What you're going to do, you're going to do your work. How long are you going to do it? You're going to do it for 15 to 20 minutes, just a screen recording every single day. How often are you going to do it? Every single day, because consistency is key on the algorithm. What's the best AI to use? I would recommend Descript. What's the CTA? Whatever you sell, right? So for me, for example, we have the SEO agency where we do link building services for clients. We also have the SEO Elite Circle, right? Which is our community where we help people with digital marketing. We help them with Twitter and YouTube and SEO based on what's working for me and getting me millions of views. And it's literally comes with live coaching calls directly with me. So whatever you sell, always have a CTA inside your content so that you tell more people about it. If you don't tell people about it, they won't buy it, right? You have to have that CTA. So just to recap, I've shown you how to get millions of leads from YouTube with AI. I've shown you how to monetize it, and I've shown you an actionable game plan to implement this yourself. Now, let's talk about Twitter. Ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, it's been wide open, right? It's never been easier to get a lot of traction, a lot of reach with Twitter. So the reason for that is they want more content creators on the platform. And the reason for that is because if they have more content creators on the platform, the content gets better and they'll grow bigger audiences and more loyal followers. So for example, if we look over, say, the last year on Twitter, right, and we see how much reach we got, we reached 25.9 million people on Twitter, right? And every single thing that I'm showing you today, we get millions of views with, right? So for example, with YouTube, we get millions of views. I've shown you screenshot proof of that. With Twitter, we get millions of views. I've shown you screenshot proof of that, right? And this process, it grows over time. So you can see here, for example, literally just back in April, we were only getting like 300 views a day. Now we're getting, on a really nice day, we're getting like 252,000 impressions. Now, show me a single website that you own that gets 252,000 impressions a day. I can't imagine that anybody watching this has that amount of traffic unless you're, for example, the editor at Forbes.com or something like that, right? You get the idea. Essentially, this platform is wide open. And when traditional SEO particularly is dying and people are getting results like this, Twitter, YouTube, etc., is coming along and filling out a gap for content creators like you who are willing to work hard and just want to make money online. And it's far more consistent. If you look at that chart over a year, I would take this any day over a chart like this, right? Which chart you're going to take? You're going to take the Twitter one, of course, right? And so Twitter is one of the most powerful ways to get a lot of traffic and to get a lot of traction. And you can start tweeting today and actually get some views and impressions. So let's have a look what questions we got. Mohammed says, is Google ranking blogging-based website that doesn't have any services or products? No, usually I tend to find like e-commerce, SaaS stores, etc. rank better because they sell a service and they have more of a brand going for them. Mohammed says, is EMD working for you? Yeah, I've got loads of videos on like how I've done that with Bolt. EMDs work really well. So we're going to keep cracking on now. And if you want to use Twitter, this is the way that we do it, right? So we just post something interesting. We say, hey, if you want this, just comment yes, or hey, if you want this, DM us, etc. And we can generate that with AI, right? And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So this is a prompt that we use inside AI, inside Claude. Claude is my favorite writer because it's the most humanized. And basically in one single click, we can use a post like this to generate a really nice social media post. And using that, we can quickly generate a lot of traction on Twitter. Right. And the cool thing about this is it has a CTA to our funnels too. So when we post this, we have a CTA to our funnels, which generates leads. It's very easy to automate. And we create 3 different posts in one single click that's very, very powerful. And I've shown you Twitter works. And this is what we do like every single day. Just create something of value that's very interesting and promote it. That's all it is. Now, at the same time, this is very scalable. So for example, Twitter is very much like inputs and outputs. AKA, if you want to get better results with Twitter, all you need to do is post more and post better. Twitter's algorithm is actually very, 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 very forgiving, which means that if you post 10 times and only one of them takes off, that will still do really well for you, right? Whereas, for example, if you post on YouTube and you post like 10 terrible videos in one single day, not a single one of them will get any reach, right? That's the difference. That's what we're dealing with here. Right? So Twitter is very much an inputs outputs formula. And let's say, for example, I want to reach 55,000 impressions. I just have to work out how many 2-steps, threads, and videos I need to post today to get the total impressions over here. That's it, right? And then if I want more, if I want to get 57,000 impressions the next day, then I just need to figure out, okay, how many 2-steps, how many threads, how many videos do I need to do, right? And if I want to get more, bigger, better results, I just have to post more and better content. Simple stuff. Now, the other thing is, well, unlike YouTube, where I have to show up and show my face and actually have to physically be present here, on Twitter is very, very scalable. It's kind of like a website where you can have someone else do the writing for you, right? And if you coach them every single day, which I'll show you how to do in a second, then you can take someone who knows very little about Twitter and 10x their skill set, 10x their results, because you're guiding them through the process and you're basically helping them see their own blind spots so that they can improve every single day. I would highly recommend this for anyone that you manage in your business. Like, give them a nice little screen recording, quality controlling their work and annotating it, like you see right here. So I record with Descript and just give my team like a quick 10-minute screen recording. And then I'm like, right, boom, here's 3 things you can improve today. And then the next day, here's 3 things you can improve tomorrow, right? And if you do that every single day for just 30 days, then you found 100 ways to improve the work and the output of your team, right? Which means that exponentially they just become better and better and get you better results. And the end result is that you get insane charts that look like this, where you go from like 1,000 impressions a day all the way up to 250,000 impressions a day. And the only difference here is that number one, it's very scalable, and number two, you're taking someone with raw talent and you're leveling them up with daily coaching every single day. And I don't see enough SEOs doing that. I don't see enough SEOs like really getting hands-on and just coaching their team and trying to multiply their performance. But it helps, right? The other thing I would say on Twitter particularly is that a lot of the leads and a lot of the sales calls you'll generate, for example, come from the DMs. So if you slide into people's DMs, or if you encourage people to slide into your DMs, then you've got a much higher chance of converting the traffic that you don't own into traffic that you do own, which is going to make you more money, right? Very powerful process, but most people don't do it. So for example, if you put on every single post, DM me SEO if you want this free guide, something like that, then people will DM you, you'll start the conversation, and that one-to-one interaction is far more powerful for converting the traffic into sales calls or into sales or into customers, because you're an actual person answering their questions one-to-one, right? And that's going to make them feel special, which leads to more trust, which leads to more money. Now, by doing all of this, right, combining AI with the coaching method to increase the leverage of your team, you're basically taking someone, and I said you can find 100 ways to improve someone every single 30 days. You can take someone and get 50 to 100x out of that single person, which basically turns them superhuman, right? It's pretty crazy stuff. And nobody talks about this. I wish someone had told me this like 5 years ago, right? And next video, I'll make sure I wear this Superman outfit, but you get the point, right? So in terms of an actionable game plan, which channel are you going to use X? What should you do? Repurpose your content. How are you going to do it? You're going to use a content prompt. How often should you do it? I would say post daily, like 5 to 30 times. As I said, Twitter is very forgiving. Now, if you want more, if you want bigger, better results, you know, some people message me and they're like, oh, why isn't YouTube working? Why isn't Twitter working, etc. If you want more, just do more and do it better. That's it. Very simple stuff. To the fundamentals, right? The best AI to use for all of this is Claude, because it's the most powerful AI writer. And this call to action is always a lead magnet, right? It's always whatever is going to lead to a sale, right? So it could be, for example, the sales call, free strategy session, or it could be, for example, the guide that you're offering. Now we've got a question here from Retro World News. He says, now Google is really greedy for more, all sponsored stuff on the first page. SEO like dead, have to depend more from social media to get traffic. Seem like I notice now a lot into YouTube. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is just unbelievably powerful, right? So for example, if we have a look at some of my videos, right, a lot of these will rank like next day for their target keywords. So for example, let's put, I don't know, Bolt SEO into Google, something like that. Straight away, you can see that I'm dominating the first page of Google with YouTube, right? So my video, right? Anything related to Bolt, we're smashing it. If we put Bolt update, you can see I'm ranking for Bolt update. If we put Bolt new, probably not ranking. Oh yeah, I'm actually ranking. Wow. Yeah. So even like the keyword bolt.new, I'm ranking for that keyword with YouTube on the first page, and I'm ranking within 14 hours, right? This is still SEO, but it's SEO that gets bigger and better and faster results. And everyone's like, oh, how fast can I get results? You get results fast by creating videos, not by creating websites. Websites are a long-term project, right? Websites still work, but video, if you want fast results, is probably the best way to do it, if you have the right game plan, which is exactly what I'm showing you today. So just to recap, I've shown you how we outsource X for millions of leads. So basically you hire a virtual assistant with some experience with Twitter, you coach them every single day, and you help them along the way, and you just make them better and better and better, right? In terms of how to automate this, I've shown you how to automate this with Claude and the AI prompts that I've shown you today. And in terms of an actionable game plan to implement this yourself, you've got everything you need, and you will get access to this presentation, plus all the tools, all the tips, all the prompts, all the workflows you will get access to at the end. In fact, if you just want to access that right now, just go inside the description of this video and then go into the free course. And once you're logged into the free course, then go to traffic diversification and then Chiang Mai presentation, and you'll find everything there. Right, and it's going to look something like this once you've logged in. Let me find that for you right now. Here we go. Right, yeah. So if you just log into the free SEO course, link in the comments description, go to traffic diversification, Chiang Mai presentation, video notes right there. Boom shakalaka, it's all yours. Right, get access to it if you want. So now we're going to keep going, and I'm going to talk about lead magnets, because like I said, there's no point getting traffic, there's no point getting famous. You're trying to make money, you're trying to convert the traffic you get, right? And so the way that we do this is, as you can see right here, is we have a squeeze page for our ChatGPT SEO course. This converts an opt-in rate of 56%, as you can see, so it's super high. Like 56% of the people who land on the page, put in their email address and opt into our funnels, right? That is really, really high if you compare that as an industry standard. And the way that we did it, terrible looking page, right? I get like tweets saying this page looks terrible all the time. And I just say, tell that to my conversion rates, mate, because I can guarantee that my conversion rate is probably higher than theirs when it comes to opt-in rates. And it's not because I'm some genius or anything like that. It's, I consider my IQ pretty normal, to be honest with you. That's pretty average. But it's just because you can automate all of this process using AI if you have the right prompts, which is what I'm showing you today. And the way that we did this is we created this whole page and all the content for it using AI. And the way that we did that was by using this prompt. So we created a prompt for a lead magnet, as you can see, and we said, give me a huge value stack of lead magnet ideas I can give away and you just insert whatever niche you're in, right? Then from there, you're going to say plus the headlines and subheadlines for the pop-up. And then from there, you're also going to leave some context on what converts really well. So you can see here, for example, get free access to our video course, tips, whatever. I just give it some ideas of what worked well in the past so that I can offer that directly on the page as well. And the more value you stack into your lead magnet, which you can easily automate with ChatGPT, it doesn't require a lot of work, then the more likely and higher your opt-in rates will be when people land on the page, right? That's basically it. That's how we get a 56% opt-in rate. Now, when it comes to actually writing the email copy, right? Because once you got the email list, a lot of people don't even send the emails, which is just crazy. If you ask me, it's absolutely insane. Like if you get the email address, you want to be nurturing a good relationship with that person, right? And the way that we do this is we send an email every single day to our list, which gives tons of value and sends them to our latest tutorials. And we use this prompt right here. You can actually create like a project inside Claude if you rinse it and repeat it every single day. But you can see here how we basically automate the email process to create AI generated emails that actually get better engagement rates than humans. But the difference is we're not paying thousands of dollars for a copywriter. We can generate it in one prompt and it actually converts, as you can see. Now, the other thing I would say here is like, if you're using email copywriting, you want to be tracking how much money you're actually making from that. Now, you can send emails for free using stuff like MailerLite. I think they give you a maximum of like 2,000 subscribers or something like that, 1,000 subscribers. But if you're really serious about investing in your business, then you'll track using something like Go High Level. So you can see inside Go High Level CRM, we can track like what's the open rate, what's the click-through rate, what's the conversion rate, how many people clicked, how much money did we make? So for example, this one single email generated with AI made us $2,000, right? Not a bad ROI for a one-click prompt. Again, that's a prompt. Not very complicated at all, but it sends traffic to our funnels and our funnels convert. And then the goal, of course, is to ascend people to becoming clients, right? If you are in any single business, the best thing you can do is not focus just on getting more customers, but also making your customers spend more by giving them more value. The more people you help and the more value you give, the more money you make, right? So for us, for example, what we do is we take someone from free to buy something for $7, then $1,000, all the way up to, we have different products that cost $100,000. And obviously not everyone buys that, but when they do, it's great. And it's possible because you're using email to nurture that relationship. And as you build a stronger email list and as you nurture your list, right, then people get to know, trust, and like you more, which leads to more money, right? And typically with all of this funnels, right, whether we're doing videos, whether we're doing Twitter, whether we're doing daily emails, etc., we're basically creating goodwill. And goodwill travels much faster than money. Right. So, for example, if you give a lot of value and goodwill up front, then that will turn into money later. Now, when you're doing all of this, the thing that you're going to notice is you generate sawdust, aka man glitter. And what I mean by this is sawdust used to be completely useless. Right. So, for example, in the past, tree surgeons would be chopping down trees and they'd have this big pile of sawdust that they couldn't get rid enough fast of. Right. And, the problem about that was it was costing money to actually get rid of that sawdust. So number one, they couldn't get rid of it. Number two, it was a huge logistical nightmare. And number three, it actually cost some money to get rid of that sawdust. Then some smart people came along and were like, whoa, what we can actually do is we can sell that sawdust to farmers or, to people who have pets and that sort of thing. Like we can use these for all this different sort of stuff. And so sawdust went from being like totally useless to today is literally $1 billion industry, right? And the only difference was that people saw the opportunity in it. So, for example, when you're doing all of these systems, for example, whether it's SOPs, tools, knowledge, hiring processes, etc., you can sell all of this stuff. I'm not recommending it, but I'm saying like you can either sell it or you can give it away as a lead magnet, and it doesn't require any extra work because you've already generated this stuff, right? If you're doing Twitter, you've already created the SOPs, you already created the tools, you already got the knowledge, you already got the hiring process, etc., right? And by doing this, you can easily generate way more from the same amount of work. And so if you're doing like, say, 10 hours a week of work onto content, all of a sudden you're getting 5 times more back compared to the people who don't know how to sell this stuff or don't know how to use it as a lead magnet. It's the same amount of work, but it's very high leverage when you level this up, right? Pepe says, I'm still stuck in Chiang Mai. Well, I hope you get out sometimes. I hope you're not trapped in there, mate. And John says, wow, alive. That's what I'm talking about, John. Good to see you here, mate. So some people as well are going to say like AI content is spam and all that sort of thing, but I think we're all seeing a big shift here. Let's be honest, right? Like how many sites do you see, or how many Google searches do you see, or even videos do you see that are AI generated, right? Like AI content isn't spam if you use it in the right way, but it's all about the quality control, right? So for example, for me, I'll regularly use AI on my websites, but I'll make sure that everything is carefully quality controlled. Same with Twitter, right? Everything is quality controlled so that yes, we leverage AI, but we're not doing it in a spammy way. We QC everything, right? And as you can see by this case study by Hackanoon, 99.9% of content will be AI generated in some way by 2025. How crazy and scary is that, right? How crazy is that? And I think we can all see the transformation over time, right? I mean, for example, if you take this case study, like, let me show you another example. This is a brand new channel as well. If we take a keyword like SEO training Hollington, you can see this brand new video is outranking Google Maps on the first page of Google, right? And all it is a video generated with AI. So simple and easy to do, but nobody is doing it because they don't understand the opportunity. If you understand the opportunity, then you've got a massive head start on everyone else. Now, the one thing that I'll say about this is like, you know, whatever you do, whatever platform you're on, you're at the mercy of the platform, right? Which is why it's so important to convert those leads and traffic that you don't own into traffic that you do own. Because if you don't, you know, for example, you probably saw some of our public case studies got clapped earlier this year, and we entered the SEO Hall of Fame with some other legends like you see Jackie Chow here, Carl Roof, Charles Float is over here, Jesse Cunningham. Like we all got our websites de-indexed for showing this stuff publicly, right? That's the price that you pay if you're showing this stuff, if you're creating YouTube content, and it can happen to anyone in any single niche. The other thing I would say here is like content creation is super lonely, right? So you might have a team, you might have people helping you, but if it's your personal brand and your face that you're putting out there, everybody wants a view, nobody wants a client. And it is a lot of work, right? But it's 100% worth it if you never want to worry about getting customers again. So that's basically it. The other thing I would say is like, as your success scales, so does the hate. So I get pretty much hate every single day, but it's worth it if I can help a lot of people. If I get a bit of hate every single day, but I can help millions of people every single month at this point, then I'll do it and I'll keep doing it because it's 100% worth it. The other thing I would say is, you know, of course, it feels pretty good when you see the dopamine hits and you see your subscribers get up and, you know, you get the YouTube plaque with 100,000 subscribers and whatever else it is. Like all this stuff feels good and it's fun. The other thing I would say here is like big disclaimer here. If you're hiring a team to help you, for example, like on Twitter, and they say the wrong thing, is really, you got to be really careful on quality controlling, because if you say the wrong thing, it's happened to me a few times, you get chased down the road by pitchforks. And, you know, if it's not one person, it's the next. So I wouldn't point any fingers at anyone, but it's just be prepared for that, right? If the wrong thing gets said, which it will happen from time to time, you will get chased down the road with pitchforks. So in terms of a game plan, in terms of implementing all this stuff, like I said, just focus on one thing and you will go much further than if you try and do everything, but only move an inch in one direction. So just focus on one channel, for example, like YouTube, focus on it 100 minutes a day and focus on it for 100 days. Very simple. Just do that, rinse and repeat. And I can almost guarantee that you will get more customers, you will make more money, and you'll be doing better than ever, right? Betpay says, dang, pitchfork folks be looking for you. That's it. They're looking for all of us. And Retro World News says, is backlinks still work? Absolutely. Backlinks still work better than ever. Feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session about that. Link in the comments description. Now, like I said, this is what you have at first, But if you do that over years, so for me, for example, I'm on day 2,500 of business right now for my link building agency. If you do this for years and years and years and years, you can build out every single 100 days a new platform. So for example, for us, we post from LinkedIn, we post from YouTube over to LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. We do live streams like we're doing right now. We have the emails, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. We have all these different channels that were built out by using this game plan of one channel, 100 minutes a day, 100 days, crack the code and move on. Boom, shakalaka. That's basically it, right? And what I would also say here is like some people are going to be like, bah, 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 you know, like, you know, it's easy for you, Julian. You've been doing this for years, blah, blah, blah. As I showed you, like a new channel, if you rewind the presentation, I showed you a brand new channel that's getting 21,000 views in its first month. But if you still don't believe me, like even when I was only getting like 220 views back in 2021, I was still making 6 figures off the agency because we were getting more clients, we were reaching the right people. Like you don't need to reach a lot of people. You just need to reach the right target audience who understands what you sell and wants to buy it. That's simple stuff, right? So as promised, I'm going to give you an actionable game plan, prompts, SOPs for every single method. And if you want access to that, you can get it inside my free SEO course, link in the comments description. Just opt in right here and you can get access to everything that I've shown you today. Now, if you want access to that, basically you're going to find it in the free SEO course, traffic diversification, Chiang Mai SEO presentation, and there you go. It's all right there waiting for you, right? All the video notes are right there. Now, we've also got a Black Friday deal going. The price of this community is going up to $3,600 after Black Friday. So make sure you get it right now. It's available for $997, and it basically teaches you exactly how to implement all of the strategies I've talked about today. Plus, you can jump on live coaching calls with me every single week, like you see right here. Every single week, we have a coaching call for an hour with me and the community, and these get recorded in case you miss them as well. Additionally, you can see you get an SEO mastermind course, you get an agency course, AI SEO systems. Also, you get all my best SOPs, my link building mastery courses, my YouTube 6-week no messing around YouTube process. By the way, if you're wondering, oh, okay, like, but in 6 weeks, how much traction can you get? Like you can see right here, in the first 28 days of this YouTube channel, so it's getting 12 views a day. Now it's getting 21,000 views a month, right? First month of it, right? And we did that using the 6-week roadmap right here, which you can unlock if you join the SEO Elite Circle. Additionally, we've got a bunch of lead generation methods, some guest coaching sessions you won't find on YouTube, and a bunch of traffic diversification methods as well. So it's just so much in there. Like if you join as well, you can also DM me. So if you have questions along the way, you can DM me anytime you want, like you see right here, and I will answer you like you can see right here, right? So you can DM me, you can get coaching with me, you can get all my best courses, systems, workflows, etc. Literally pays for itself over and over again. Additionally, if you sign up for a long-term contract with our SEO agency for link building, then you will save thousands of dollars if you sign up this week because we have the Black Friday deal. So for example, if you sign up for 3 months, you get 1 month for free. If you sign up for 6 months, you will get 2 months of link building and SEO for free, right? And all you need to do is just make sure you book in a call and sign up this week and you'll get the discounts I've promised. So that is basically it. As I said, like the Black Friday deals are inside the link in the comments description. I know a lot of people after I did the last sale messaged me literally a couple of days after and were like, can we have the deal? And we just couldn't give it because we can only give that deal to so many people. And once it's gone, it's gone. So make sure you grab that now before it's gone. And yeah, I hope this presentation helped you a lot. Like I say, you can get the notes from today. I've got to go in literally a couple of minutes. Let's see. Mr. Impact says, what are your thoughts on leveraging pre-ranked live events or video poking for SEO, for local SEO? I'm not sure about what that means. I suppose you could create like a live video, rank it, it will get indexed, and then you do the video later. That could be quite an interesting one. I never thought about doing that, but it sounds cool. And side note, Black Hat SEO still work going strong nowadays. I think when you do Black Hat SEO, White Hat SEO, etc., these are just levels of risk, right? So I see the whole model as basically like a decision-making process where it's up to you how much risk you want to take, right? So if you're an investor, you basically, every investor is different. And all the strategies work. So if someone's super conservative, that can work for investing. If someone is very high risk when it comes to investing, that can also work, right? And it just comes down to you. Like if you're Black Hat, then you're open to massive levels of risk. If you're like fully conservative, traditional White Hat, then that comes with less risk. but it's also more stable, but it comes with less gains too. So, I mean, all these strategies work, and it's just down to you and your risk tolerance. Jason says, Julian, just hopping on. 2 things. First, can you speak about this channel you started? Second, can you explain the 100 minutes? Yeah, so the 100 minutes a day is basically like you have 100 minutes, you put the stopwatch on, and you go, right, what are the actions I need to do today to get the best possible results? So, for example, for me, it's like, right, if I'm focusing on Facebook ads, today I will quality control my team sales calls. I'm going to improve the funnels to improve the show up rate. I might check, for example, the weekly reports and just see, okay, are we getting the right click-through rates? Are we testing enough creatives? Which ads are not working? Which ads have ads fatigue, etc. And you just focus on the highest leverage actions you can do for 100 minutes. If it's YouTube, it's like, right, okay, well, I'm going to come up with the concept. Then I'm going to record the video. After that, I'm going to quickly edit it and schedule it. And also I'm going to generate the thumbnail description, right? And that might take you 90 to 100 minutes if you're new to it. For me, these days, it takes me about 30 minutes if I'm high energy and I've had a good sleep. So that's basically it, I think. And then Sir Hill says, could you share your experience with the best ways to monetize YouTube traffic through affiliate schemes? Yeah, so I mean, for me personally, like I've monetized with affiliate schemes. I don't recommend it for anyone. Right? Like, it's far better to take 90% or 100% of the profit rather than like 20% of the profit and get kicked off the affiliate scheme later, right? Like, I just don't see affiliate schemes as a good way to make money. But if you do want to do that, then basically the best way to do it is like you create videos where you use different tools, and then inside the description, you link with an affiliate link and a disclaimer to the tools you use to sign the video. And you're like, by the way, guys, if you want to sign up to Descript or you want to sign up to SEMrush, whatever it is, click the link in the description. That would work for any niche industry as well. But for me personally, I think like it's far better to own the business yourself. So, for example, whatever you're affiliating, try and build it yourself and try and transcend what you're doing already. Like, affiliate is great for like beginners, but it's not great for like, you know, someone who's trying to make serious money for their business, because you don't own the business. You can't improve the product. You don't have a lot of power over how much money you make and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, I hope this presentation helped. Do I have knowledge on Money Robot? I've heard of it before, but I've never used it before, Jason. But yeah, that's basically it. So feel free to get the video notes and all the tools I've talked about today. If you want to go and do a coaching call live with me, join the SEO Elite Circle, because I can answer all your questions. I can help you. If you have questions during the week in between coaching calls, you can DM me and ask for help. And additionally, you get to meet tons of people in the same community who are killing it, right? You can either be with the 99% of people who are not killing it and losing money every single day and usually running around in circles and frustrated because they're not getting results. You can see the negativity, for example, around SEO on Twitter and that sort of thing. Or you can be in the top 1% with me, and I've shown you proof that we're getting millions of views and making really good money with these processes, and all the other community members inside the SEO Elite Circle. So it's your choice. You want to be on the winner side, or do you want to be in the 99% of people that are just struggling right now? Because typically if you cut out all the noise and you just focus on one thing and you have the right person helping you, then, you know, that's only going to help. For me personally, I'm in like multiple communities where I can just learn every single day. I can implement what I learn, and I avoid making all the mistakes everyone else does. So appreciate you watching. See you on the next live stream. Don't forget to check out the free course and all the video notes from today, and appreciate you all watching. Bye-bye.